What's cooking, Juventus fans? Welcome back to your old lady's favorite YouTube channel. Yesterday, pressure was mounting as the Juventus opened up the season against Sassuolo, being the last team to go up against their competition, while all the other leaders, if you would, of Serie A opened up the season with victories, getting 3 points, and then, of course, Juventus do not want to fall behind. They got the job done, a 3-0 victory over a team in disarray, but not without a cost. Juventus now are out without two of their best players in the Mercado that they added, as well as what it means for the season moving forward. Stick with us. We'll give you your updates, and we'll figure out what is going on. Ciao ragazzi, welcome back to the Bianconeri Zone. My name is Justin Sofer, and today it is Monday, August 16th, 2022, and of course I got your latest rundown of all things Juventus, all the news you care about each and every day. Before we do anything though, do me a solid, do me a big favor, people. Hit me with a like button, hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, hit that bell icon to stay notified for all of our latest videos. But most importantly, as I said, make sure you give us a big thumbs up and hit that like button. It helps our channel to continue to grow. It helps us in the algorithm, and of course helps us to bring you more content and more giveaways that we like to do here on the channel. We're about a community, especially for Juventus fans that do not have a close physical Juventus fan community. We provide that. We are the first community to do that here on YouTube, at least in the English-speaking world, right? It's the first English-speaking community of Juventus fans. Anyway, let's get into it. We have some news we need to talk about. My abbreviated thoughts, I guess, overall, Juventus look fine going up against Sassuolo, a team that, let's be honest, they are in disarray. This is not a squad that is going to be competing for a Scudetto. This is a squad that's probably going to be in the bottom half of the league. Juventus got the job done. A 3-0 victory, solid, especially given last season they did not get it done ever throughout the season of beating a team by 3 goals, especially holding a clean sheet. Good stuff there. Cannot complain about large portions of the squad. I'll say it now before people... There's going to be people in the comment section because we crush these players. Danilo and Sandro were fine. Sandro was fairly good. Okay? Do it for a whole season. Do it for a half a season even. But one player stood out above all of the rest, and of course I'm talking about Angel Di Maria. And I know I've been here on the channel and I've said some things about Di Maria. Not when I say this, I want to be clear. I've been harsh on breaking down what Di Maria means for the future of Juventus. And when I say that, what I mean is I'm not crushing his technical ability at all. That guy, if you watch him out there, is better. He's leaps and bounds. He is levels above every other player that shares that locker room with him. If you had a whole team of Di Marias, you'd be in a damn good shape. And it also speaks to, let's talk about PSG real quick and the embarrassment of riches that they have over there. I'll get back into that here in a little bit. But what I am going to stick with right now, Di Maria, absolute baller, showed out in that game. The Rabona he did, and then of course the other, that's exactly what we needed from him. Creating scoring opportunities for himself, for Vlahovic, for others. Obviously, big ups to Vlahovic as well for the 2-goal performance. Glad he got that penalty. And then, of course, that other score at the end there was beautiful as well. Those guys stepped up, and you really needed them to. The unfortunate issue here is, of course, going into what happened with Di Maria, the injury he sustained, and what that means for Juventus this season. Let's go ahead and head into the very first news story of the day, which, of course, revolves around that. Sky Italia reporting Di Maria has a minor adductor injury to his left thigh, to be looked at again in 10 days. It typically takes a player 20 to 30 days to recover from these types of injuries. Well, we had to do a little bit more digging, and who do we go to for this? We went to our on-the-ground, boots-on-the-ground in Europe correspondent, Julian Gianotti. He's in Europe. He's not in Turin, but he's in Europe. He did some research for us, and he looked up the history that Angel Di Maria has when it comes to injuries and how the player recovered from there. Well, we saw a pretty typical recovery timeline and amount of games that he will be missing. Well, it ain't all good news. Typically, somewhere between 4 to 6 games he missed with this injury, and he was usually out for about a month. Can Juventus fans as a whole, can we do this? Can we make it through this month? Can we survive this month? I don't know if this team can survive, but can we survive this month? Because without Angel Di Maria, the team wasn't beautiful. Let's be clear. Zakaria struggled. Weston McKennie was not good. Locatelli had stretches where he looked out of sorts. When you go to the defense, they did fine. That's fine. That's at least, that makes me feel good, though it was against a struggling Sassuolo. But in the attack, it took Vlahovic a little bit to get going. He wasn't at 100%, and he's still not at 100%. Is he going to be able to still capitalize, be able to get some scoring going without Di Maria? Kostic is going to have to fill those shoes, and he's going to have to do it quickly. I don't know if he can, to be honest. I hope so. But what Angel Di Maria does and what he offers to this club is on a different level. And I don't think Kostic can do that. I think Kostic can be fine, and I'm not going to turn this. I'm not going to do it, guys. I see you already preparing, to type up your heated, angry responses, hitting that thumbs down button. I'm not going to go at Kostic. But when he was out there compared to when Di Maria was out there, two different things. Yeah, he had some good balls. Do a little bit more. I understand he wasn't out there for a long time. Hopefully, we'll see him step it up. And then we got to talk about this. We got to talk about the injuries that continue to, just to pile up when it comes to Juventus. You don't need me to read the list. Federico Chiesa, Pogba, yada, yada, yada. Weston McKennie, who probably is still injured. All the injuries that this team continues to struggle with. And right now, Juventus have lost the two key pieces that they brought in the Mercado. Really, what Arriva Bene and Cherubini were able to put their hat on. And the reason I point so much attention on that is, if we want to be honest, and maybe you can let me know if I'm being overly dramatic about this, but I would argue with the losses of Pogba and Di Maria that this club's potentially worse than they were last season. Potentially. Because then you don't have the guys to create. I understand you didn't have Vlahovic at the beginning of last season. I get that. But send me back to January, early February. Is this squad better than the team we had in early February? No Chiellini. No Matthias de Ligt. You have Bremer filling. Bremer's doing well. But again, I still don't know how I feel. What's going on with Adrian Rabiot? Is he going to go out? It sounds like he's going to be moving as well. Will they get another guy to help them out? But overall, what I really want to focus on is the injuries are piling up. Are Juventus going to be able to fix this? Are they going to be able to get things going and to be able to subdue some of these injuries from continuing to pile up for the club? To me, there are three potential, maybe four-ish potential individuals, things at blame here. Number one, the biggest one of all, and I'm not going to go too deep into it and rant. We'll save that for another video, maybe a live stream. J Medical. Whatever's going on at J Medical, do we have some sleeper cells? Are there sleeper cells in J Medical that are working against Juve? Have we checked the resumes of all the individuals that work at J Medical? Are they all Juventus fans? Are they all qualified doctors? Are they qualified physical therapists? Whatever it may be. What's going on there? Is there something that they're doing to undermine or hinder the Juventus players' recovery? At this point, I don't think it's ridiculous to even say that. It is. It is ridiculous. I'm joking. I'm tongue-in-cheek when I say that. But with the continued and year in and year out issues that have been piling up when it comes to J Medical players, Aaron Ramsey, whatever. You heard Aaron Ramsey spout off talking negatively about J Medical. And I do not back up Aaron Ramsey at all. Let's be clear about that. But is he onto something? Is he actually right a little bit? I don't know. But whatever J Medical, whatever they're doing, it ain't good enough. You got to fix that situation. One of the other things I do want to say, obviously, when it comes to J Medical, there were reports out there that Juventus are really just like either overturning staff, whatever they're doing, they're investing in, they're trying to better what's going on in J Medical. This year will tell you. By the end of the season, we'll see if we feel any better. Not a good start. Second person, I guess 1A, 1B could be at blame. Let's just throw it out there. Angel Di Maria himself. And when I say himself, I don't mean it's his fault. What I mean is he's a 30-year-old man. He's a 30-year-old man. 30-year-old man have 30-year-old problems. That's what happens. I know. I'm 32. And yeah, we're doing age here on this channel again. I do know that I'm 32, and I know injuries, I do not recover like I used to. Not a spring chicken anymore. I know since I had kids, or I have a kid. I have one kid. But since I had a son, Not like I gave birth to him, right? My wife did all the work. But since I had a son, it's not the same. I don't heal the same. I'm worn out all the time, working, all that stuff. And I know this is his day job. This is his only job. But still, there could be a little bit of that going on there. That's fine. I just had to throw that in there because it wouldn't be fair not to say that, right? Culprit number 2, the training staff. What's going on with the training staff? Are they the ones to be at issue when it comes to Juventus and the way that they're performing? Have we done a thorough search? Have we done... I mean, I need a report back. I say that like I'm demanding it, like I'm going to get it. But I would like to see a report back on what is going on during training. Is it overly physical? Is it overly taxing? Are you not doing the simple things, like breaks or whatever it is? I don't know what it is. Is it like you're going too hard? And I have a hard time believing he's going too hard. But with the amount of injuries and how easily these players are piling up injuries, that's the second place I would look at. Let's not stay on that. You know what I mean, though. Are they training too hard? That's the summation of my question. And then the third one, or fourth, I guess, depending on how you're counting, is it... This is the soccer gods, the sports gods. Why, God? Why? Why do the sports gods hate us? Why do the sports gods allow Juventus players to be injured like this? And that's the only other one I can go to, is some deity who just hates the old lady right now. And that's the only thing I got. What is your conspiracy theory of why these players are so injury prone? Why we continue to have issues with injuries? Let me know that in the comment section down below. Let's move away from this segment and let's actually talk about the players that could come in, maybe try to help rectify, bolster the areas that we're going to be definitely in need of right now, especially given Angel Di Maria, Pogba, all these guys being out right now. Well, next one up we got to talk about is potentially the move of Memphis Depay coming to Juventus. Gazzetta dello Sport reporting that there is still a couple million difference between Depay and Barcelona to settle the contract termination. There is already an agreement in principle with Juventus for a 2-year deal of over 5 million euros per season, plus bonuses. A little bit of a flip here in the last recent, days, weeks, or what? I know, just days. It feels like the whole Mercado's been dragging on for so long, but Memphis Depay has only been within the last, week or so. The reports before were basically saying that Memphis Depay and Juventus, once that deal gets situated, once they figure out his landing spot at Juventus, then we can focus in and move along, and Barcelona can go ahead and terminate that contract. Well, now it appears it's now flipped back to the other side. Juventus are ready. They're willing. They got the contract ready to sign, but the termination for Barcelona has to happen. We'll see how that plays out. Not a lot really to break down there. Just they have to come to an agreement, and we're going to be sit here in the wings waiting until that moment happens. Well, we'll say, though, as a Juventus fan, if we could get this thing hurried up a little bit, it'd be nice to have him, especially given the matches that are coming up, and Juventus cannot risk dropping points. We cannot do that. Juve need to stay in good graces right now in the Serie A. So we will see what happens with Memphis Depay. Hopefully we will have a here we go by the end of the week on the channel. All right, continuing on, let's talk about the midfield. And that is, of course, Paredes. Will he be coming to Juventus? That's the other name. You think about left back as another potential option. But we're going to forget about that right now. There's no, serious concrete reporting when it comes to actual names that Juve are pursuing there. So right now it seems like Memphis Depay and Paredes, of course. Di Marzio reporting that Juventus are getting closer to Paredes. The player could in fact arrive on a loan deal in the last few hours. Paris Saint-Germain have opened up to the solution, and the Argentines agent is working on the situation. Juve already have an agreement with the player. We continue on, though. We just kind of have that backed up again by Gazzetta dello Sport, who are saying that PSG have opened up to a loan deal. The formula most favored by Juventus clubs are still discussing the option or the obligation. Juventus want a loan option to buy Paredes. Please. Arriva Bene, Cherubini, if there's one deal you get done this time, and I know that I've been negative on Kostic and Paredes, and I understand people are not happy with me. But I'm okay with it, obviously, not that it matters, but if you can really seriously hamper down, get this deal done with an option to buy, not an obligation. That way we're not stuck with more dead wood than we need. Like I said, I know you're getting rid of Rabiot, and Ramsey's gone, Bernadeschi's gone, all these players are gone. We're clearing out the dead wood, but if Paredes ends up becoming dead wood for Juventus, we don't know what happens, guys. I understand he may be a great athlete. He may be a great regista for Juventus. But there's always a chance that he isn't, and there's always a chance given what we just spent the first 10 minutes of this freaking video talking about, that he could be hampered by injuries, and who knows when the big one's coming, and then Juventus are stuck paying a salary but not getting any kind of play there on the pitch. We'll see what happens. We'll keep our eye on it. But again, Juventus, push for that option to buy rather than an obligation. Don't want to get stuck with another Moise Kean situation. That'll actually do it for the news today. That's really it. I did have a little bit of comments just saying that really, if you look at PSG and you look at a player like Angel Di Maria and realize that he basically was like riding the bench for most of the time, I understand maybe he had injuries, maybe he had whatever was going on there, and I understand they have a embarrassment of riches, an absolute embarrassment of riches. Messi, Donnarumma, you can go through the whole list of all the players, Mbappe, yada, 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 yada. Could you imagine if Juventus had even a quarter of the talent and that oil money to buy those kind of players, and that's who they're bringing in, what we could be doing in the Serie A? Tearing this thing up and hopefully pushing for a champion. I mean, you should be winning the Champions League. Let's be clear. I said it before, and I should be crushing PSG every single day because they should be easily setting up a dynasty to just run ramshot over the Champions League, and they should be winning. They should be piling up trophies in the Champions League, but they're not right now. I know it doesn't all work out that way. You can't just throw the best talent together and think that it makes a good squad, but you have to imagine it gives you a bit better than maybe what we're dealing with right now. Let me know your thoughts, though, in the comment section down below if you haven't already. Make sure you hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon, stay notified for all of our latest videos. Also, make sure you follow me at Justin Sofer on Twitter. One of the reasons I say is I will be sending out a tweet letting you guys know when I will be doing it. I announced it yesterday on the live stream. I'll be doing a giveaway for a Bianconeri Zone t-shirt, kind of like the one I'm wearing right now. We have them down in the store at the Bianconeri Zone store. Hit that link in the description down below. If you can't wait for the giveaway and you want to buy it yourself, go down there, hit the link in the description. You can do that there. But otherwise, I will be doing a giveaway on the next live stream that I'm doing throughout this week. Tune into the live stream, but also follow me on Twitter and make sure you're followed so that way you have updates and you know exactly when we're going live, when I'm going live, and when I'm doing that giveaway, so you get an opportunity to win during that live stream. Otherwise, also make sure you follow Bianconeri at Bianconeri on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and all that good stuff. Now, otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Forza Juve, Forza Bianconeri. Say hello to your old lady for me.